Hey folks, Jason, Painfully Honest Tech, back again, and I was away for a few weeks, kind of just taking some time, and while I was gone, the Pixel 5a appeared, and people lost their minds about the recording of 4K 60 frames per second. I guess in some people's reports, it's been, pretty spotty in terms of working. Phone would overheat. Other people have reported no problems whatsoever. And there was just, I guess, much hullabaloo about whether or not it should have been included or Google messed up. But I'm here with my hot take, and that is anyone complaining about the 4K 60 frames per second performance of the Pixel 5a, a $449 phone, needs to reevaluate your choices, okay? There are so many things to complain about in this world. This, my friends, is not one of them. It's fine to make the point that if Google includes the feature, then it should work as intended and that Google should fix it, or maybe they should take it away. I mean, this is not a feature that usually comes with a $449 phone. It is a mid-range phone. Dare I say it, a budget phone. And for a budget phone like this to have a feature like this is pretty impressive. And let's get real about what the Google Pixel 5a includes. We've got a 6.4-inch screen that's full HD plus, 128 gigabytes of storage, an 8-core Snapdragon chip, even though it's not the fastest, most capable chip, 5G capable, 4,600 milliamp hour battery, which is a pretty good size battery for a phone this size. The best in class camera in the smartphone game, headphone jack, fast charger in the box, IP67 water resistance and dust resistance. It even has AR capabilities for $449. And then we complain about the camera overheating when you do 4K 60 frames per second. Let me ask you, do you even need 4K 60 frames per second? I mean, most films are still shot at 24 frames per second. 30 frames is what most TV is filmed in. 60 frames is kind of overdoing it. 4K 60 frames per second is a lot for most people's needs in this day and age. It is not really a realistic thing for people to want to. The file sizes are huge. The time it takes to edit much longer. Most people don't have the capabilities to really do anything with that footage. I'd complain that the camera doesn't shoot 24 frames per second at any mode, 1080p, 4K, nothing, no 24 frames. And that is something that I would want more than 4K 60. Let's put this into context for a second, because context is an important thing. Context really does matter when you're talking about a budget phone versus, other phones that are much more expensive, like the iPhones that do this 4K 60 thing pretty darn well. Samsung's flagship phones had a 10-minute recording cap at 4K until like 2 years ago with the Note 10 phones, okay? You could only record 10 minutes because Samsung didn't want the phone to overheat. Now, those phones cost $1,000 plus. And in a world where $1,000 plus phones don't even come with chargers anymore, this whole 4K 60 argument kind of feels like a Goldilocks kind of thing. Everything too hot, everything too cold, nothing just right, and no context for what the device is and who its intended user might be. If you want 4K 60 that's going to work like a charm and do everything that you need it to do, if this is an important thing for you on your mobile phone, there are phones out there that can do this. You don't have to buy the Pixel 5a. You don't have to buy any phone. You could go buy a real camera. You could do anything that you want. But if you want 4K 60 on a smartphone, the iPhone 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, those do it great, okay? And even those phones sometimes get close to overheating. Should the feature work? I guess we could argue that. Is the feature necessary on a phone at this price range? Probably not. Should we be going crazy, calling people names, going to the mattresses for a feature that is an afterthought at best for a phone like this? No. No, we should not. We need to keep touch with some kind of reality here as we talk about these phones. Do we call out the manufacturer? Yes. Do you call out your fellow creators for having a different opinion than you? I don't know. I don't know. I missed this whole thing. I thought I should say something about it. So here I am saying something about it. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm sure you have plenty to say to me down in the comments below. I will read and respond. Once again, thanks so much for being here. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. Until the next time, I am out.